All right, everyone, welcome back to Green Gaming Fest. I am joined here by Slosh, who is kicking off our little mini fast roller block with some Sonic Origins. Take it away, Slosh.
Hello, everyone. My name is Slosh, and I'm going to be running Sonic Origins part of mission mode. So this game released last June to celebrate, I think it was 31 years of Sonic. I really should know this. Was it still doubled? All right.
We are back. Thank you for your patience as we hit that brief tech addressing intermission. So, Slosh, you were explaining to us the mission mode of Sonic Origins as well as the particular subset that you're going to be running today.
Yes, so I will be running the all of the missions in the Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles categories, minus the extreme missions, which are DLC exclusives that are really, really tough and not the safest for marathons, at least yet. But every subset of missions has, minus the extreme missions, 5 different difficulties: 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. 5-star missions are unique in the fact that there are only 2 of them, and 3 stars are unique in the fact that there are 4. So, a little bit weird thing there. But missions pretty much consist of short little pockets of a stage with a given challenge, whether it's collecting a certain amount of rings and reaching the goal, defeating certain types of enemies, defeating enemies in specific ways, or fighting Eggman in some really bizarre settings. But I think with that out of the way, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Everyone in chat should hydrate because it's good for you.
True.
And I think that I am just about ready to start the run, so I'm going to give a quick countdown, and then we are going to be off. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. I knew that I was not supposed to spin dash at the start of this level, and I did it anyway. This first mission, we gotta just run through this small area of Scrap Brain Zone and defeat 5 of the Caterpillar badniks. Actually, getting that jump across the large gap with the conveyor belts is really, really tricky. Very specific timing on the cycle and the jump. This is actually, Sonic's supposed to go fast, but this is a fairly slow mission here. Mostly just waiting for cycles, spin dashing to get efficient cycles, and making our way to the top of the stage. This zone actually has like the I shouldn't say the 2 slowest missions in the Sonic 1 mission category, because the fight against Eggman actually is fairly time consuming, but it's much cooler than that mission was. Now we gotta race through Marble Zone while grabbing 100 rings. I wanted to beat this cycle out, but this requires some pretty precise movement. I'm gonna grab as many of the rings as I can there, just run across the lava because I'm invincible. And then this part of the stage is fairly cycle-based, so you can take the beginning a little bit slower and grab some more rings. But I think it is possible to beat that cycle out, but it's really tough while grabbing all of the rings that you need. So, got more than we needed. Nice little S rank, and now we're moving on to the 2-star missions. I will do my best to not have the Sonic is drowning sound effect to play on this mission here. This one's fairly easy to avoid that obnoxious sound effect. I missed a lot of rings that I normally grab, but that might actually be faster because there's a lot there. I might have to actually do a routing change from now on. I did not realize that was going to be that much faster.
It's a new brand of marathon luck. The kind where you reroute the category mid-run.
True, I suppose. So now we're in... Okay. Sonic, you're supposed to spin dash, my dude. Alright, I don't normally actually have the 10 defeated enemies that I need at this point already. So this mission, you have to defeat 10 of these badniks while spin dashing. So that one's all about optimizing when you jump over the concrete blocks early. Because if you mess up your jump timing, it can get rough. And now we've got what, in my opinion, is actually just about the hardest mission in Sonic 1 no DLC. Because we've got to defeat 15 badniks while gliding as Knuckles. And the spacing for this is not generous whatsoever. Knuckles loves to cling to concrete blocks. I don't know why. That was a really good reading of that stage. Knuckles knew that we needed to go fast for the sake of the environment, so he decided to not cling to as many concrete blocks as he likes to normally. Now we're back in Scrap Brain Zone, and now we've got to get through the stage without defeating any enemies. The Mercy missions are a recurring theme across all 4 games. And actually have some really cool movement optimizations in... Okay, good job, Sonic. In actually the Sonic 1 and 3 and Knuckles versions of Mercy. Sonic, what the heck? Okay, there we go. Sonic wanted to get hit a lot of times. That normally doesn't happen. that was another one of those you gotta defeat a certain number of enemies before reaching the goal. And now this one, I completely forgot what mission I was on. This time we gotta get through Spring Yard Zone with 0 rings. So this one is actually just playing through most of an actual level from Sonic 1, but damageless. Which can get pretty tricky. There are a lot of enemies, especially up here, and the crabs love to just be mean, and that was not the greatest jump ever. Not gonna really mess up the cycles though, because the cycles on these floating boxes are slow. So we're gonna jump right before that spring to sort of regain some speed, because if you just hold the spin dash all the way to the spring, you end up going pretty slowly. And now we got a swinging good time. We're in Green Hill, very iconic place. I forgot how this part of the stage works. I'm gonna just restart because that's gonna be faster. This is a mission that I always describe whenever I'm streaming this game as a really good Mario Maker level. Because it feels like a Mario Maker level. A lot of floating platforms that are just bricks, some moving platforms, and just enemies thrown everywhere. Just pretend that the robot fish are Cheep Cheeps and you have a Mario Maker level that's actually really cool. Now, this is probably going to be the hardest part of the entire Sonic Origins run I'm doing right now. The 2 Marble Zone missions in the 4-star set are really tough. So here I'm gonna actually take some intentional damage, grab a ring, get hit again. That is just, it's a lot faster to take that lava portion just running along the lava. I actually almost got a cycle skip that I don't normally get. Sonic, why are you doing that to me? Sonic 1 has some unfortunate mechanics with momentum retention that I don't fully understand, but if you spin dash and jump into a surface, Sonic just pretty much stops, and that can be problematic at times. Now we got Tails. I almost got crushed by a falling block. This is pretty much float as efficiently through pretty much the stage that we played earlier when we were invincible and had to grab a bunch of rings. Just minus the invincibility and grabbing a bunch of rings. Float to the top. And now we have maybe my favorite, no, this is my favorite mission in Sonic 1 and a serious contender for my favorite mission in the entire game. So, we've got to fight Eggman in Starlight Zone, but the floor is gone. So, I almost got hit for literally no reason. Really fun and unique take on this boss fight. I have encountered some funny little things that I would not really notice otherwise if the floor was here like it is in the normal Sonic 1 game. But there's like a brief moment when the mines are dropping onto the seesaws where when the seesaw tilts, you can pretty much fall through it. And that has happened to me like well into the fight before, so you don't want to see that happen, but it is kind of funny when it does happen. Sonic just decided not to jump far enough. If you jump too early on that hill, you don't get as much distance, and you want to like clear the whole thing. This is another one of those missions where you don't have any rings, and you got to get to the end of the stage. they decided to have it jam-packed full of enemies. That's like a Mario Maker stage that's not as good, but it's still a fun challenge. That one was really fun to route out. Now we're already to the final mission that Sonic 1 has to offer. We gotta make it to the end of Labyrinth Zone with this one ring in tow. So you can get hit. Getting hit is allowed so long as you keep the ring. I need to grab a ball. Thank you, game. I'm gonna get hit. I don't know if I can get the ring. There we go. I got the ring. I'm gonna get hit again. This is not a good situation. Thank you, game, for not letting the ring disappear. Okay. I'm gonna... What? Okay, I never get bodied by these...
No.
I never get bodied by these spiky swing bars. Why is it doing this to me? Okay, should be good now. Just gonna get that fish out of the way. Okay. So, I hope that everyone learned in that attempt of that stage what not to do on that portion of the stage. But now, we're moving on into the Sonic 3 and Knuckles missions. That is the fastest second that is possible on that mission. That is a stage that I IL grinded a lot trying to get a 7-second clear, so being able to pull that off in a marathon setting, I am very happy with.
Nice.
Now we gotta grab 20 rings and reach the goal, which is very lenient. There are a lot of rings on Sandopolis. Knuckles climbing challenge, pretty self-explanatory. Just sort of climb to the top. Dropping from Knuckles' glide ability onto each platform allows you to get a lot higher up onto the wall for the next climb, which saves a lot of time. Also, that may have been a gold split for the 3 and Knuckles 1-star missions. Unfortunately, I don't have my splits up, so I cannot guarantee that, but I can time it after the run. Really good reading of that stage. I almost got a new second PB on that. That was one where you just have to run through with the magnet shield, grab a bunch of rings, grab enough rings for the game to let you through the gate. And now we got Animal Rescue. So who doesn't want to rescue animals? We gotta save 10 cages full of animals, and this stage is on a set cycle. I'm always forgetting the first while of the cycle, and honestly, once you get to this top layer of bouncy clouds, knowing the cycle does not really matter. Just knowing the timing to get the high jump off the clouds is the important part to get that last cage early. Which I ironically, sometimes I'm really good at, and other times I'm just bouncing on the clouds just to have fun. Now we gotta pop.
Like an alright experience.
Yeah. Missed one of the balloons. That, you always want to hit, you want to combo each set of 2 balloons near the top if you can, for most efficient balloon popping. That mission was a nightmare to route out. The most efficient way to pop the balloons. But now we're back to the Mercy style of mission, so Sonic. Alright, Sonic's going fast again.
And before we get into the home stretch of missions and 3 and Knuckles, you mind if I cut in with a quick donation or two?
Go for it.
Awesome. So we have a $10 donation from Nuclear Kid 79, who says, "For the trees and for the cute animals." Very appropriate to both of the games you're running today, I feel, Slosh. We also have a $25 donation from Codebreaker. Thank you very much, both of you, for the generous donations.
Okay, that was actually the perfect time for donations because getting the most efficient cycles at the start of this stage can be pretty focus intensive. That was actually an ILPB because I so often fumbled the ending of that stage, but was actually able to get to the top very smoothly that time. That stage is really cool in that, like, you gotta just be swapping between each type of elemental shield. There's the fire shield, which protects you from fire and gives you a dash. The lightning shield, which gives you a ring magnet and a double jump. And then the balloon shield, or the bubble shield, which gives you a high bounce if you jump and then press the jump button again. And also lets Sonic breathe underwater, which is handy. He can't swim. Now we're going to see a lot of the Fire Shield's dash. The Fireball Dash mission is actually one of the hardest, if not the hardest, to optimize in 3 and Knuckles. I did not want to destroy that butterfly bot when I did. So pretty much, you need to defeat 5 of the butterfly bots and 5 of the roosters while Sonic is in the Fireball Dash. The Fireball Dash does deal damage to Badniks, and it gives you a pretty large dash, which can be very handy, and can combo for a really cool mission. Now we're on... Okay, Sonic, please jump higher. Dandy. Now we're on Angel Island. Gotta destroy 15 Rhinobots within the time limit. Thankfully, the time limit is very forgiving. It did not feel as forgiving in my first casual playthrough of these missions. I will say that. Now you gotta just get up to this swing, jump over here. And we're moving on to the next mission. We're also coming up to the next Eggman fight, which is a contender of the 4 Eggman missions between the 4 games of being the hardest Eggman mission. The other contender is the one in Sonic 2, which is Chemical Plant. They chose some hard Eggman fights for the missions. Not the Sonic CD one. Sonic CD one's easy. But here, we're just running through Launch Base Zone underwater with the Bubble Shield. I'm gonna be completely honest, I do not understand what constitutes defeating that last enemy in front of the goal, and not. Oh, I'm gonna just reset for safety. I did not get the second hit on Eggman that I wanted to get. There we go. So, this has always been an Eggman fight that has been tricky for me. And I guess the developers of the game were like, hey, you want to run missions? You gotta learn this fight. We should need only 1 more hit. Nice. But, it's very easy if you time things wrong, to just get launched back into the spikes every time you hit Eggman, so timing is very important. Now we've got a bit of an auto-scroller. We've got to defeat 10 Badniks that this airship is going to drop. Fortunately, there are some rings at the start of the stage, so if there is a slip-up with one of the missiles that drops, we are still good, because the explosion that each of the missiles has is very tall. Also, okay, I'm gonna just run straight into that Rhinobot. I'm a daredevil. If you do not defeat 10 Badniks on the airship, it'll just loop. So you won't get like soft locked, but you will lose like 40 seconds. So, really don't want to miss one of those battles. Oh yeah, time is coming up at the end of this mission, by the way, which is in a few seconds. I should have called that out sooner. And time.
GG.
I am very pleased with how the Sonic 3 and Knuckles portion of that went. I'm gonna have to go back and time that one individually. That might have been world record. I am not sure. I do not know exactly how long the Sonic 1 portion went, but that felt like that was pushing records, so I'm going to definitely time that out after.
That's very casual. Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, that was Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles mission modes in Sonic Origins. Gonna give a few quick shout outs. Want to give shout out to the classic Sonic speedrunning community. Really welcoming group of speedrunners. Also, a shout out to Hypnotics. I think that's how you pronounce their tag. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. For helping me learn the Sonic CD, like most optimal routes on some of those missions, and also just for being very encouraging with learning the mission modes. Shout out to Green Gaming for having this run. This is actually the first time I've ever run a Sonic game in a marathon, and I've been looking so forward to this, so I'm very thankful for this opportunity. And also shout outs to the Rolled Out run that is up next. I'm going to be running Rolled Out Expert, probably the hardest category in the game right now. So during the intermission, everyone watching, if you're not donating, then make sure that you're getting up, stretching, and hydrating, because those things are very important. All three of those things. Make sure you do all that. That's all the Sonic from me, but not all the marathon. So see you in a few minutes.
Slosh. Yeah, we're gonna